Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But I'm extra loud.
Okay. How's it? You're loud?
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Try that. Keep talking.
Yep.
Is that better?
I think so.
Okay.
But I keep hearing myself. Like I shouldn't be able to hear myself, right?
Shouldn't be able to. Let me try something. All right. Keep talking.
Check.
Okay, we're good. I think we got it. Hear it now? Hear yourself now?
Yeah, I still do, but it's way less.
Okay. All right. So we got. Oh, we're going live. Here we go. I think everybody's already heard us anyway. All right, here we are, live and in color, and I think we are going live. So this is a monumental moment here for Faithletic The Podcast. We actually have a remote, live remote with KC, and not a picture, which is first time ever.
I am here.
I don't see you yet, but there's a delay on here, so we'll see what happens here in a minute. But I'm Coach, and I'm with
KC.
And we are Faithletic The
Podcast.
If you just kept going, we'd been fine.
Well, it's lag on my end. It's my fault.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Fair enough.
I still don't see us popped up yet on the live, but I'm gonna trust that it's gonna pop up here in a second. Usually
I would change, but then if I change, wait, hold on, I can check on my iPad.
Yeah, once you check, can you go to Faithletic on YouTube and see? See if you're seeing live, seeing yourself on there.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see is my own face.
This is actually working this time. Plus, I also updated. We tried this about a year ago, and everything worked right until we got went live, and then it just died. Same application, but I updated OBS, which is one of our softwares here. We may get into a technical show today.
Yeah.
But I'm still not seeing.
I am, and I see myself.
Okay.
I'm just listening. I'm trying to see if our sound is good. Application, but I updated. Oops, sorry. Hold on. This is a whole mess. You sound good. I don't know if I sound good. That's the question.
Well, can you hear yourself? Can you hear yourself at all?
Yeah, I can. We're working. We are
awesome.
All systems.
Woohoo!
Look at us.
We may need to stop about 10 minutes in and just call us good today.
Yeah, right. We did it. Congratulations to us.
We have actually figured out the remote process without an Apple. Because I've been told you can't do this. So I've been told multiple times, like, well, you have an Apple, that's why. You can't do it. So, but I did a little bit of research today when I had time, and I didn't have a lot of time. And trust me, just so everybody knows, this was a 15-minute deal. This wasn't like I loaded it. I called KC, hey, try this. I sent him the link. He dialed in. We spent about 10 minutes trying to figure it out. Guess what? We're live.
And which is why I'm on my bed right now. Which is like, I don't know how professional that is, but
it works though. We did it. Now I don't have separate scenes for us, and I'm not even going to try that today. Maybe in 2 weeks when we come back or whatever, we'll get a little bit more. I don't have any overlays or nothing. It's just, as you know, you can see ourselves. You can see us. I have no backdrops or anything.
Yeah. I mean, this is a big step forward.
This is raw.
We like you said, we'll do it live. So
yeah,
we'll see what we can add within the next couple weeks here.
Yeah, but it's pretty interesting that we actually got this to work. So I'm excited.
Well, my question is am I getting audio through?
Yes.
The phone.
No.
Or like my phone call that's still happening right now?
I think you're getting, because I muted you on the phone.
Oh, okay. Well, I can hang up the phone then?
No, don't do that. Aren't your video off the, what are you video, where's your video coming from, your laptop?
My phone.
Okay, we can't hang up.
Okay.
because that's what the video feed's coming from.
I'm also talking through the web app. So who knows? We're just doing this a whole technical thing.
Maybe we need to do some more research.
Here's the thing: it's working, so I'm not gonna.
Don't mess with it.
I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm not gonna do it.
So you did a guest spot last Wednesday. Tell me about that, because I couldn't stay on very long.
Yes. So our good friend Gunslinger has started a fantasy F1 podcast.
Yeah.
F1 podcast. And he created a league of about 6 people. And it's been really, really fun the way that he's done it. And so he also created literally just like a podcast for anybody that'll listen to it, and then including our little group of 6 people. And so I hopped on there and had a great time with it. It was a good time.
Yay.
Yep. So we talked about the F1 Japanese Grand Prix, previewed it, which Max Verstappen ended up winning. So it was a good race. I mean, it was kind of slow as far as like it was not super exciting, but it was still good.
Well, probably we don't have crossover from that show to this show, but I did tune in, and I was kind of like, oh, he's got another guest on here, and then I go, oh, that guy looks familiar. So then I put in the comments, I don't think he signed an NDA because
right. I said I did not sign a non-compete clause. I have, there are probably some people that you're knocking on my door.
Nah, it's fine. I was just trying to be. I was trying to be a smart aleck.
With Josh.
I was trying to be a smart aleck.
Nah, I know.
Oh, there it is. Now I can see myself. Now I can see it. I got to click on the live cast. Here's where we might get in trouble. Okay, there we go. Keep talking.
I'm talking.
Just making sure I didn't silence you.
My only thing is that I can hear myself. Once I get going, I can hear myself echo.
I got to fix that. I don't know. So, I don't really know how to. So keep talking for me a second, and let me see what happens if I start turning you down on something. So keep talking.
Okay, I'm talking about the fact that Florida won the national championship in college basketball. Which, by the way, Dan, how did you finish in your?
You're not gonna believe this. So I dropped to 4th.
Oh no!
And I don't even. No, it's not done yet. So. It was weird going into when the Final Four got posted. I dropped to 4th, and then when the final 2 got in, I went back to 2nd.
Oh wow!
And this is one. And look, here's what for not knowing the rules of the fantasy. So every one I've ever done, or these brackets, only one I've ever done, always minimal points. Whoever wins the national championship. This one gave, and it's one of ESPN's ones, 320 points for winning the national championship.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that. I thought, well, there's no way I can lose now. I'm already 220. I think I was 300 points ahead for 2nd. I was going to lock in 2nd. I wasn't going to win it, regardless of what happened in the national championship game. So I dropped into 2nd. The one that had the stellar outstanding ahead of me by 100 points or whatever. When Duke won, or Florida won, that person dropped to 4th. I dropped to 6th. And the person who hadn't even been in the top 5 won the dang thing.
Yeah, it definitely...
and didn't have but 2 of the teams in the Final Four, which makes no sense to me. 0.
Yeah, it all matters on basically who wins the national championship.
Yeah, and it probably should be that way.
Yeah.
I get it.
Like, Jessica was in, 10th, and because Florida won, she jumped up to 4th, I think.
Yeah.
She beat me.
What'd you end up?
I think I ended up 10th.
Yeah. I ended up 6th. So that was a disappointing finish, to say the least.
Sure.
Oh.
I'm trying to get a good angle here. I'm from my phone. Otherwise, I would hop on my computer. But
I have an extra tripod. If you need one, you can always.
we might need one of those.
Yeah, that way you can put your phone in the
Because right
tripod.
now I'm holding my phone up.
You may be doing more of these after being on the. What is he calling this? Is this still the Duct Tape Dynasty thing, or is this a whole different deal?
It is. I think it's still part of his Duct Tape Dynasty. Is what I was understanding.
Yeah. So if you're just joining us, you're not, and it's not an illusion there. You actually see KC not in studio, which is the first time that he's ever been out of studio, but actually have a video feed on him. Not in studio, but in his private studio.
In my
office.
Yeah.
In his office. So, I'm at the beautiful Faithletic Sports Palace Studios, where we do our main recording from. Look, if we're ever as non-prepared as we have been in our lives, we are about as non-prepared because I have nothing today. I mean, that's what you started talking about the NCAA championship game. I feel for Kelvin Sampson. I like Kelvin. I was a fan of him. I don't like OU. You don't really care for OU, but I always liked Kelvin. I always thought he was a class act. I know he got himself in trouble a couple times with the recruiting violations and got booted out of Indiana. He'd have won a national title in Indiana if they'd have kept him there. And he almost won one the other night. He should have, I think. Although you could say that's payback for that final or semifinal game that they never should have won that one either. So I don't know. I mean, that was really weird. That was a weird finish. What was it, like 6 points down with 30 seconds left or something?
Yeah, I think it was. Like, that was crazy. Also, like, it was funny, like, the way that Duke was kind of perceived this tournament. We're like, oh, maybe they're not so bad. Like, we like this Cooper Flag guy, all of that. And then as soon as there was a chance for them to lose, like, terribly, the whole internet was like, yeah, we want them to lose.
Yeah, whatever. People are so wishy-washy.
They are wishy-washy.
But, man, you're making me nervous.
Why's that?
Because you're moving around so daggum much.
Well, I was going to try to. I can't find a place to sit. This chair's not comfortable.
Oh, no.
It's weird being on my bed, so I wasn't ready for this, as you know. So
yeah.
It's completely a lack
I caught you off guard.
Yeah, but it's okay.
All right. We'll be better prepared for 2
go
weeks.
Back to where I was.
I liked your little blacklight thing going there. That was kind of cool.
I did. I'm going to prepare it next time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just.
That looks all right.
It's just not right. I got to go get another light.
You look like you're getting ready to do a Blue Man Group video or something.
Yeah, right. So, anyway.
What are you doing, a tour of the house or what? What's going on now?
We're there. Welcome to the house, everybody.
All right. So, draft coming up in a couple of weeks. Any thoughts there with the NFL draft? What is it? A week from? It's 2 weeks from Thursday, right? Yes.
I believe
or
so.
From tomorrow. So 20.
Listen,
what is tomorrow? The 10th, 24th. It's the 24th.
Yeah. When you're talking about lack of preparation, I know nothing about the NFL draft right now.
I don't either. Maybe that's our show in 2 weeks because it'll be the day before.
I can do some research by then.
Yeah. That'll be maybe this is our teaser for our show in 2 weeks. We're going to NFL draft. We'll probably come up with something on movies. Seen any movies in the last couple of weeks since we talked last?
Yes, of course. What did I watch that I really liked? Oh, I watched Lady Snowblood.
I've never seen it.
From 1973, which is an old samurai movie.
That's before you were born, buddy.
I know. 15 years before I was born.
Yeah.
Really good movie. It got its Kill Bill drew its inspiration from that movie.
Okay.
Like Quentin Tarantino, and I really enjoyed that. That was good.
Is that it?
I watched another one. Oh, I rewatched Good Will Hunting.
That's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. That's what got the boys from Boston their start, basically.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
My boy's wicked smart.
Yeah. So I've seen a couple. Probably none that you've seen because you haven't followed The Chosen. But
no, I haven't.
Yeah, but Chosen season 5, first 5 episodes, because Chosen 1 was part 1 of the Last Supper, and then that was episode 1 and 2 of season 5, and then last Saturday was episodes 3, 4, and 5. Episodes 1 and 2 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, and then last Saturday was episodes 3, 4, and 5, leading up. And then it's like 7 seasons, obviously 7 for the perfect number, right? So this leads up to before he gets crucified, basically up to the point where he gets betrayed by Judas. And then I think season 6 is the crucifixion, and then season 7 is the resurrection, I think. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. But it's really well done.
People that have seen it really like it.
Huh?
So people that have seen it really like it.
It's really well done. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there. We were talking about it in our Sunday groups Sunday, about how there's a lot of stuff in there that isn't in the Bible, but there's a lot of stuff in there that happened that isn't in the Bible, and you got to fill it in somewhere. Just they're speculating what was said and where they were and things like that. And it's interesting. You think that the apostles, or the disciples, were just perfect, people, or you get this perception of them, but they bickered a lot, and they did. There was a lot of doubt involved throughout Jesus' ministry. Even, one of the things that resonated with me in season 4 was the emotion they drew into when he raised Lazarus from the dead, and how heartbroken he was. They didn't realize who he really was, and then they captured that. I almost cried in that scene. It was so powerful, so powerful. Don't you realize who I am? I mean, it's just like, oh my gosh. And my wife and I, we followed this thing from season 1, and when they get to the crucifixion, it's gonna be hard to watch. I'll bet. She's already talking about she doesn't think she wants to see it.
Yeah, I think that's tough. I don't think I ever watched Passion of the Christ.
I've seen it.
I was a kid, and I was like, I don't know if I want to see it.
I don't know if they're gonna get that graphic, but I bet the emotion in it will be very powerful, and it has been through the whole series. Season 1 and 2, or episodes 1 and 2, were a little slow, and I knew it was going to pick up, but my wife kept going, I don't know if I want to go see the rest of it because it was so slow. And I go, they're going to pick it back up, trust me. And about 10 minutes in, the one we saw on Saturday, I looked over and I says, 10 minutes in is already better than the last 2 episodes. She goes, oh, yeah. So they capture you really quick in the first 10 minutes of it. And they go back and forth from the Lord's Supper back to things that happen in between. They skip around a lot, but if you know the Bible, and I don't even think people that don't know it, I mean, I think it definitely raises a lot of questions for them to come to know Christ. But it's good stuff. It's really good. I've enjoyed it.
It sounds great.
Yeah, it's really good, and it's very theatrical. I mean, some of the things have been done in the past. It's Hollywoodish, and this has got obviously some Hollywood stuff in it, even though it's not really Hollywood because none of these actors are well known. But Dallas Jenkins has done a really good job of writing it and putting it together. So I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of it. They usually release these in 3 successive weeks, and the next one comes out. I think they're going to hold off till next week, Easter weekend.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. But they're still going, like the episodes 1 and 2, or not episodes 1 and 2, but the first 2 theatrical releases of season 5 are still in theaters. So anyway, we can move on. Good movies coming out. I'm going to go see the early access viewing of The Accountant 2.
Nice.
Have you seen The Accountant 1?
No, but I'm gonna see it before I am gonna go see the accountant.
Yeah,
because I think
I'm really excited about that. And then the
Yeah.
Amateur comes out. That looks really good. Have you seen the previews on it?
Which one is that again?
That's the one, the CIA agent. That's basically the tinkerer guy. He's the nerdy guy that turns assassin. It's got the guy that played in never could think of his name. He was in the last Bond movie, and he also was in he played Freddie Mercury in
Yeah,
Bohemian.
Remy Malek.
Who?
Isn't it Remy?
Yeah, right.
Remy,
Yeah. Remy something. Yeah, I can't never
Malek.
think. Yeah. Anyway, he's the amateur. He's the nerdy guy. And then
I know what you're talking about. That movie does look good.
It does look good, and also The Drop, which looks really tense movie, where the guy that plays in 1923, one of the Duttons from 1923, is the star of that. Looks really good.
The Paul Thomas Anderson movie that's coming out with Leo DiCaprio looks really good.
Who is? What's the name of it?
Oh shoot! Let me look. It's Paul Thomas Anderson's movie.
Yeah.
He's like my favorite director.
Yeah.
So.
And then
I can't remember the name of it.
and then kind of in the future, we got Dead Reckoning coming out in May, so only a couple of months away.
We do.
Huh?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. We need a movie night there, I think.
Yeah, that one is absolutely necessary.
Yep.
It's called One Battle After Another.
I've never heard of that. Haven't heard of that one yet. When's it come out?
Oh, the preview looks awesome.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it says the overview of it. A former member of a revolutionary group seeks help from other revolutionaries to find his missing daughter.
Okay. Huh. Nope, I hadn't heard of it. When does it come out?
September.
Oh, that's a ways out yet.
It's a ways out.
I'm liable to be in a different continent by then.
Fair enough.
Way my life's going right now, I don't know where the heck I'm going to be.
Hopefully still here.
I'll I let the cat out of the bag here. I received an appointment to the USA Powerlifting's High School National Committee today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's only about 6 on the committee, and they get to decide, or they make suggestions. I don't know if they do the actual deciding, but they make suggestions on rule changes, sites of where they hold the national meets, the high school meets, safety, things like that. It's a kind of a panel discussion. They meet, every couple of months on Zoom and meet at the national meet. And I was reached out to about a month ago because I'm a high school powerlifting coach, not officially with a high school, but I take kids to high school nationals, and was asked that would I be interested on that committee. And there were several people that I've known over the years who I think probably suggested me for it. And I used those people's recommendations because I had to submit a resume. But yeah, I'm excited about it, and just gives me more opportunity for our kids. And we got a meet coming up in August. Our 10th annual Iron Sharpens Iron, August 2nd. We're looking forward to that. So.
Well, congrats to you.
Thank you.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about being on it and having one of the things that I'm real big about over the last 35 years of powerlifting is lifter safety, and how to protect the lifters and protect the people who protect the lifters, because everybody's at danger. I was victim to a mishap that led to my hip replacement. This was many, many years ago, but because people that were spotting a guy that was doing almost 900 pounds wasn't properly executing the way to keep the weight off of him, and everybody missed the bar but me. Saved the guy from getting his neck broke, but I got a torn hip flexor by doing it. So,
jeez.
So I feel like that there's some safety issues there. I'll tell you, they had the collegiates last weekend. Just kind of update there. 1,200 collegiate powerlifters assembled here in Oklahoma City at the convention center. Really a really cool event. First time it's ever been in Oklahoma City. First time a USA powerlifting sanctioned event, national event in Oklahoma City, which was monumental. Love the facility. I don't know how much I had to do with bringing them here, but I made this suggestion to a guy who was on the committee, and we've been having conversations over the last month about, man, we love that. Thanks for the suggestion. I told him the convention center is an awesome place to do it. So, and hopefully we're going to get high school nationals here in the next 4 or 5 years also. So, interesting things about it is that they had a 1,048-pound squat on Sunday.
Holy cow.
Yes. 1,048 by a college kid.
That's insane.
I know. It wasn't 40 years ago where, it was a big deal for an adult to do 1,000. The first time it got done was early 80s maybe, and it was a 40-something-year-old man that did it. So this is pretty cool. 23-year-old kid sets a junior world record of 1,048.
Wow, that's insane.
And probably not the same record that Shane Hammond held because it wasn't an IPF record. So I could get into different sanctioning bodies and whatever, but it's a different group. But I don't think Shane stood until a couple of years ago. It was 1,008, something like that, 1,005 somewhere. But for a college kid to do 1,048, it's just remarkable, incredible. And I saw it. I saw it. So it was legit.
Oh, you were there.
I was there. I was there Friday and I was there Sunday.
Wow.
So I was supposed to judge on Friday, but I got my volunteer forms in too late to get on the schedule. So I didn't know it because they confirmed that they received it, but they never sent me a schedule. And I got up there and like, we don't have you on the schedule. And then they got to digging, going, oh yeah, we already had them assigned by the time we got your volunteer form. And like, oh, so I didn't get to do it, but I was there for Friday and got to see an old friend that I haven't seen in 20 years probably. He used to be the strength coach, the head strength coach at Oklahoma State. His name is Dan Austin. He's now at the University of South Carolina. He's a strength coach over there. He set the world record, IPF, International Powerlifting Federation, world deadlift record of 707 pounds back in the mid-90s. And he is the one that coached me how to properly sumo deadlift that I now teach today. The style that I teach is what I learned from him. Wow. And I posted a picture on Facebook of him and I's reunion, and it was really good to see him. Really good, faithful Christian man, just really solid. One of the best powerlifters of all time. And, we were talking, myself and some of the people had been around for many years. 1,200, and we said it, which is sad. 1,200 college kids in that room, and probably none of them know who he is, because the legends of powerlifting are not. Their legacy is not well known to the modern powerlifter, which is sad.
Sure,
it's sad. I hope to bring some of that to the table in this organization, but there's some legends that have been around. They know Ed Cohen. Everybody does, which he was probably the greatest powerlifter of all time. But guys like Dan Austin and Lamar Gant, which are names I know you don't recognize, but I saw, and even in here in Oklahoma, we have some people that won world championships. Walter Thomas, probably he won the world championships in the men's open division at 50 years old. I mean, that's like unheard of. 50.
That's crazy.
Yes, and he's from Oakland. He's passed on now. He had Alzheimer's, really bad, and died a few years ago. But his he was benching 500 pounds without any gear on back in the early 80s. Was like unheard of. And I mean by gear, most people, when people bench 500 and 600 pounds back in the day, they had equipment generally to help them do that. A bench shirt. He did that without a bench shirt. At about 190 pounds, 180 pounds. I mean, wasn't really big, but man, he was built, and he was a great powerlifter. I want to say 91 or 92, he won the IPF Men's Open World Championships at 50. Might have been 93, but it hadn't been that. I mean, that's incredible to win at that age.
That's insane.
Yeah, because most of them nowadays they probably reach their peak at 30. Most of them do. So to win at that age is just incredible. I don't even think he was at his peak then, and he still won it. So pretty cool stuff. So what do you think about the Thunder at this stage of the game? They got kind of a little revenge last night, but Luka got tossed.
Yeah, and then, of course, the national media is like, of course, like, the Thunder got lucky.
Yeah, they knew that was going to happen.
In their pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew exactly when that happened. We're like, that's going to be the narrative today.
Yeah, it was. And it was predicted that was going to happen. I think he even got mentioned somewhere, like they're going to make a big deal out of it because they didn't have Luka.
Right.
They beat him by 25 points, didn't they?
Yeah, like by, I think 18 or something.
Well,
like
still,
that.
I mean, he wasn't gonna score 18 on his own, was he?
No.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it might have been a closer game.
I think.
Didn't he get stuffed?
The Thunder. What's that?
Didn't he get stuffed? Didn't him and LeBron get stuffed? Got shot blocks on them by whoever it was that stuffed them. I know LeBron did.
I think by Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yes, LeBron got stuffed back down his throat.
Love it.
And didn't get called for a foul.
No, right? That's what. Yes, we have the best defense in the history of the NBA. So, but it is interesting because I think that they have some matchup issues with the Clippers and the Timberwolves. So I'm really hoping that we don't see them. But otherwise, I really do think they're going to make a deep playoff run.
So here's my analogy, and I could be wrong because I haven't paid attention. But this is my analogy. If they get behind in the series early, they're in trouble. They need to win. They need to win 2 of the first 3 to really. If they lose 2 of the first 3, I think they're in trouble. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Against those matchup teams. Against the teams they don't match up well with.
Yeah, I think those series against Minnesota, especially after losing to them last year, like you want to gain some momentum, obviously. I wouldn't worry just because they're so good on defense. But yeah, of course you want to take out an early lead. I think that helps with the young team.
But does it help them if they get out early?
Yes, it does.
On these matchup problems, do you think it matters?
I mean, yes and no, but really, I think you're onto something just because it gives them the mental, be in the right mental space to win. Yeah.
So what do you think they're going to do? You think they're going to make it to the finals? Look, I won't hold you to it. He's throwing glasses around. He's
throwing glasses,
laying down. He's.
Yeah, I'm a mess today. Yes, I think that they will make the Western Conference Finals, and then I think
if they get in there, they're gonna win it.
Yeah, I kind of think it's gonna.
I kind of think they'll win it.
They're gonna win it.
If they get in there, I think they'll win it.
But I don't know about Boston.
Yeah.
I think Boston's tough.
Yeah,
so
they
I
are.
think that's who they'll play.
Right.
And that's kind of a crapshoot. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I'm excited to watch it. I think it's going to be great TV for us for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be. And downtown's going to be just going nuts, which is good.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. It'll be good for downtown for sure.
Great for the city economy.
And
for sure.
and that was one thing that the USA Powerlifting was so impressed with Oklahoma City last weekend. Like, man, this is we love being down here. It's like the hotels are not that expensive, and
right.
It's easy to fly into, and you can walk to everything.
Easy to fly into, easy to get around.
Yeah, they loved it. So I think we'll see. And look, there's a bunch. There's like 6 or 7 national caliber meets that they can run. They have raw nationals, they have bench press nationals, they have teenage nationals, they have equipped nationals. They just have a lot of different national collegiates, high school. But I really hope they get high school here because I think it would do really well here. And the biggest issue is we have a lot of high schools in Texas who can drive. A lot of competing schools. So.
And it's Wichita as well.
Yeah.
Kansas City. It's all within driving distance.
Yeah. Anywho, tell me, have you been following baseball at all?
I've just been watching the Royals.
Yeah. It's the Royals this year, huh? Not the Sox.
Yeah, last year was the Royals too, just because they decided that they were going to try to move to Nashville, and I swore them off for the rest of my life because they said that. So
Chicago did?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, that's why I was watching Royals baseball.
Did they? Are they going to do that?
They're trying to.
Oh, that'll be sad.
Yeah, I think so. That's why last year when they said there was a news article that said Jerry Reinsdorf wanted to move them to Nashville and sell them off, I was like, I can't do that.
This is an interesting topic. How many teams are there in Major League Baseball that have the time storied traditions of their cities would just be implorable to move them? Which would they be? Obviously, the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had to say somewhere in New York. The Red Sox. After that, who? Cincinnati. Cardinals. Those 4 for sure.
Yeah,
Cubs.
It's the Cubs, Cardinals, and then Reds, I think.
Yeah. Anybody
Dodgers.
else? Dodgers, but they've moved before. But
yeah.
But they've been there for 60 years, 70 years, whatever. What year did they move? 50, 58?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think after that, everything's kind of
Detroit,
up
maybe?
in the air.
Tigers?
Yeah, just because the Detroit would never let that happen.
Yeah. Well, Detroit's falling apart, so they might have to at some point.
Yeah, Phillies as well.
Phillies okay. There's a good one.
They try to take
the Pirates
away.
Pirates will be another one.
Yeah, those Yinzers.
Do they have the most sports traditions locked to a city? Those cities that we just talked about, more so than football, more so than obviously basketball. It's relatively new. Well, I guess it is newer. And football has like Green Bay and Chicago, the Bears, but is there any other sports that it would be just a travesty to move their sports team?
Well, obviously
Cowboys.
The Thunder. Well, this stemmed from the Thunder.
Yeah, but the Sonics were not. I mean, do you think it was that much of a travesty to move them here? That traditional?
No, I'm saying that if the Thunder were to leave us, it would be terrible.
Yeah, it would, but I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about what it would do to the city. I'm talking about how almost a crime it would be to move those teams out of their cities. How identifiable are they to their city? The Packers identify with Green Bay.
The Packers stands out the most to me.
Yeah, the Bears maybe because they've been around. The Eagles maybe. The Steelers.
Kansas City Chiefs out of Kansas City.
Yeah, but
that's a problem.
I mean, yeah, it is, but they came from Dallas, so they've already been. I mean, I don't know.
Well, they've been there since 1969.
They have.
So yeah.
Since when?
69?
No, they've been there longer than that. The Chiefs? They've been there like 62 or 63.
Oh, okay.
Because Lamar Hunt got out of there when, basically after, who owned the Cowboys then? I can't think of who owned them. I'm going blank. Should know this.
Yeah, the Hunts are still a Dallas family. They just kind of go back and forth between Kansas City and Dallas.
Can't think who the original owner of the Cowboys was. Why did I not know this? Bum Bright was the one that sold it to Jerry, but he had bought it from... well, I can't think who it is. I'm going blank.
No, Jerry Jones seems kind of like a Holy Spirit situation that he's always just kind of been there.
Anybody else? Hockey, maybe?
I mean, probably all the Canadian teams.
Yeah, for sure. Is there any American teams that... Blackhawks?
Oh, the Red Wings.
Red Wings. Detroit Red Wings. Flyers. Islanders.
Yeah, those Broad Street Bullies. I don't know. I think the Penguins are
Penguins?
really big. I mean, Pittsburgh's such a big...
Well, any of their sport. And there's another question. Who has 3 teams that you can't move? I mean, in any of their sports.
Well,
the Eagles, the Patriots, and the Steelers, could you move those to another city? And, I mean, you could, obviously, but I guess I'm in a fantasy situation here. But how identifiable are they with that city, and would you ever consider moving them?
I mean, I think the answer is Philadelphia because they would start another revolution. They've already had one. And
so Eagles, Phillies, and Flyers, right?
And Sixers, yeah.
And Sixers. Yeah, all those Sixers were part of the ABA. But, yeah, I'd say that. I'd probably give them credit for that's 4 sports. Anybody else have 4 sports?
I mean, Chicago has 5.
Yeah, but you could move. You're thinking about moving the White Sox, which is almost a crime in itself.
That's fine, but you can never move the Cubs.
Anybody have 5 sports teams identified with the city you could move, or would move, or consider moving? That would just be like end of the earth kind of thing. Scorch earth. Let's scorch earth and move all 5. Or even 4, Pittsburgh. I mean, think about it. We're going to move all the Pittsburgh teams to Oklahoma City. Couldn't do that because they already have Tulsa, something like that. I mean, what's another city that's up and coming? They're trying to get sports franchises. Charlotte.
Nashville.
No, not Nashville. Already has 2 though.
They're already doing it with Las Vegas.
Vegas, that would be one. Or they have a hockey team now and they have a football team.
Yeah, and they're moving the athletics there, too.
Oh, they are. Is Billy Beane still the general manager of the A's?
I think so, yeah.
I think he is. Is there another team that really doesn't have, another city that doesn't have a major sports franchise? I don't think there is. Small market, maybe. Omaha.
I don't know.
They used to split the, which is now the Kings. Used to be Kansas City and Omaha Kings. Now the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I didn't know they split time.
They split time.
Well, and then Omaha, Kansas City and Omaha are almost the exact same size population-wise.
Yeah. Omaha!
Yes, which is I did all my elementary or my first 3 years of school in Omaha, Nebraska. So,
I'm gonna unplug you and see what happens. Keep talking. I don't hear you now. Oh wow, I lost you. Okay, go back. So you are on the phone, although I have you muted. Talk again. Keep talking.
Check.
That's weird. Because I have you muted and I still hear you on the phone.
That's weird.
I need to get the audio part fixed on that. That's where you keep hearing it because it's coming from the phone and it's coming from the app.
Which is why I'm
hearing double.
Super distracted.
Yeah. I bet it's driving you nuts.
It is.
Yeah, I bet it is. That's weird, though, that I can't... That I have you muted, but I still hear you.
Interesting.
It very much is.
We need to figure that out.
Yeah, I guess so.
We got 2 weeks.
I have 2 weeks to figure it out. Okay. So our homework would be prepare for the draft in 2 weeks.
Got it.
Maybe come up with some sort of trivia show or trivia something. I had one, and I lost it. You know, you were thinking.
I can make it happen.
I was sitting there pre-planning last night as I was laying in bed when I can't sleep, and I had something, and like Jerry Seinfeld, I forgot to write it down. I can't remember it. What was it? I don't know. Something to do with movies or sports or music. It was fun.
No, I'll come up with a game.
Yeah, let's. I think I have devotion. We might just. I don't know if we have a whole lot left to talk. Any wrestling stuff coming up? WrestleMania. When is it?
WrestleMania is coming up. I'm actually trying to catch up, so I don't know a lot what's happening except for it'll be Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
So tell me what the main events are.
You have Roman, Seth, and CM Punk on night 1.
Is it a triple threat?
Yeah. And then night 2 is Cody versus Cena.
Run that by me again. The last one.
So night 1 is Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk.
Interesting.
And then night 2, Sunday night, is Cody versus John Cena.
Okay. Is Rock wrestling?
He'll find his way in there.
Are you going to implement in that one with Cody and Cena?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. You been following AEW much?
Not much.
So they had one of their pay-per-views Sunday, and I heard it was really good. I didn't see it, but I saw the Bleacher Report on it, and it was pretty good. The Young Bucks are back, and they had the main event was Moxley against Swerve, and the Young Bucks did save Moxley, and Moxley retained, but Moxley wasn't happy, and I think this is a move to switch Mox back to a face because I don't think it's taken as a heel very well. I mean, he's in my opinion, he's better as a face.
You think Mox is?
Yeah. I think
I don't think
he is a subtle heel, I guess you could call it, but he has the Stone Cold Terry Funk mentality.
That people like him for so long that it's like it's hard to buy you as a full heel.
Yeah. Yes, because they love him. They like his style.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's so anyway. They're probably setting that up. But he's in the fashion called the Death Riders now, and he has Wheeler and Pac and Castiglio and the girl, I can't think of her name. She's a little bad apple too. Didn't say the other word I was going to, but he's got quite a little fashion going there. Death Riders, it's pretty good, I think.
Okay,
I like it.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I mean, and Omega's back after his diverticulitis surgery. Tony Storm is the women's champ.
I knew that. That's about the only thing that I've seen.
Yeah, and then they say they haven't officially said it, but there's talk that Britt Baker's left, but they haven't officially said it or not. Can't imagine her leaving. I hope not. I think, I mean, Paige left. She's done.
Yeah, I heard
she's done with AEW.
There's rumors that she might come back to the WWE.
Yeah. But I don't even know if she can't go that much anymore, though.
No.
I don't think
she never really could.
Oh, I think she could when she was younger.
Well, yeah. Before she got
hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to tell people about us, and I'll do devotion. We'll wrap it up tonight.
Yeah, that'd be great. So you can catch us live now with our faces, even when we're not in studio. Here on the YouTube on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock live. We have a bunch of old Facebook posts. We have YouTube. We're on Twitch. You just have to type in Faithletic The Podcast there to join and listen to some old episodes. But yeah, go back and look at some of our best guests, special guests that we've had. We've had a lot, some really great people on there. And so, yeah, just check us out on faithletic.com. But we combine our faith and sports, which is how we get Faithletic. And we always end with our devotion, which is called Daily at the Cross.
Yes. Is that my segue?
It is.
If I want it to be?
If you want it to be. Yeah, I just keep hearing my voice echo.
Oh, like, it's messing you up.
My brain broke.
I heard myself. Before I go, look, I actually physically saw one of our longtime guests and friend of the show, Mr. Jim Davis, on Sunday.
Oh, cool.
He was here in Oklahoma City. And a couple of things. One is he is going to be on the show again soon. And the other thing is I've run into a little bit of a stalemate with some of my kids on their mental preparation for national meets. Jim actually has a master's degree in behavioral psychology.
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm going to get some feedback from him because, look, I don't claim to know everything. And this is like the fourth year in a row we've had mental breakdowns at nationals, and I think I do a pretty good job of preparing our kids for it, but they're getting absorbed, and I need to fix it. So I thought I got to reach out to somebody who's an expert and knows more than I know. I'm not afraid to admit that. And
well, let me tell you, we had mental breakdowns at our tennis tournament yesterday and today, and I was like, I'm done with y'all. Like, so maybe I need to take a lesson from Jim too.
Maybe that would be a show. I don't know. We could talk. I could talk to him about it. Might be a great
option.
Might be a great show. So, anyway, he's going to be on soon. We had a good long conversation. Probably talked to him for an hour on Sunday. Love having conversation with Jim. He's so insightful. He has a I don't want to call it opinion. He has a lot of thoughts on behavior and preparation. He's one of the best I've ever met as far as knowing. We talked about social media and how it affects the kids, and we were even watching some of his kids, and he was talking about how this is what he's going to do, and this is what I've seen he's going to do, or he's capable of, and goes over, and the minute he gets done with lift, he gets on his phone, and he's texting or whatever, and he said he just talks about the effect it has on kids. So anyway, all right, so Daily at the Cross. So this is a devotion that's called Gratitude, the Game Changer. Pretty good stuff. Change your life. Every thought, word, and action has culminated in a place where you are currently. Is here where you want to be? Is a good question you should ask yourself. If the answer is no, it is time to change your thoughts. Maybe you need course corrections to get where you'd like to be. Changing your thoughts will also help with this. If you can change your thoughts, you can change your life. Your brain believes whatever you tell it. So when you start your day with gratitude, you set yourself up for success because you told your brain to look for more things to be grateful for. When you end your day with gratitude for all the Lord has done for you, you let your brain know it can rest instead of worrying. Practicing gratitude isn't a magic trick that will change your life overnight, but actively looking for the good in your life and thanking your good Father for it, no matter what happens, is the way to change your trajectory. Giving thanks for all the beautiful things our Father has done for us is a way to practice gratitude. Meditating on the Word when journaling about all you're grateful for is how you make gratitude your habit and our habit. Habits are how we change things for the better or the worst. Gratitude is the way through hard times. It makes good times better. It is worship, praise, and thanks. Things the Bible tells us to do. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. That's Psalms 136:1. But thanks be to God. He gives us victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. 1 Corinthians 15:57. Now our God will give you thanks and praise your glorious name. 1 Chronicles 29:13. I will praise God's name in song and glorify him with thanksgiving. That's Psalms 69:30. Gratitude is the game changer. Try to start or end your day with a gratitude list. Write it down, keep it with you so you can use it as encouragement when you encounter obstacles or in a hard place. Then do it again the next day. Enjoy the plan, and if you seek those scriptures. I know I went through those kind of quick, but all those. Let's see. Let's stick to one of those. I think Psalms 136:1. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. Is a really good scripture to follow. So, anyway, that's been Daily at the Cross.
Yeah, I think that's such a good word. Attitude of gratitude is what I'm trying to get my kids, my students to understand, and I think it's a really good devotion.
Yep, good stuff. All right, we're just about finished straight up at 9 o'clock, so we made it. Thanks for joining us on our show, and it's a historical day for us because we're actually doing a remote with live video on both ends of the spectrum from Casey and Coach. So with that, we're going to close out on a good note. I'm Coach, and I'm with
Casey,
and we are Faithletic the Podcast. Everybody have a good night. Thanks for joining us. Remember, Jesus is our hope. Have a good night.